This is the TRT Community Podcast, where we discuss all things testosterone.
What's going on, guys? This is Brandon with the TRT Community. You're listening to the All Things Testosterone podcast. Today we're going to chat about depression, anxiety, just general overall well-being, I guess. Before we get into that, I've got a couple of things I'd like to say. First of all, if you find this podcast useful, rate and or subscribe the show, review it. That really helps us be seen by others. We're actually doing pretty well. I've been impressed with you guys and your dedication, but I really appreciate all the subscribers. I can see the downloads are going up. We were up in the top 200 in America over the last week or so that's really exciting. Next, talk about my personal life a little bit. I've been updating you guys on my workout routine. This past week, as far as lifting is concerned, has been really weak. I think I maybe lifted once. However, my goal is really to sweat every day, and that's not difficult in Texas, but I have been decent with that goal. I've gotten out, I've gone on some hikes, gone on some bike rides, that kind of thing, done some work in the yard. So I am, meeting my goals. I do want to be lifting. I'm doing the Joel Staley 6-week shred. So I want to take advantage of that. Next, if you are in Texas and you are looking for treatment, or you have treatment and they won't answer the phone, or they're charging you $1 million, text Texas, TEXAS, to 66866, and that'll join you to our email list exclusive to our Texas members. I'm tired of hearing about, my primary care won't help me. He won't even run labs. Or I'm treating with this clinic, but they make me come into the office for injections every week. Or I'm treating with the clinic via telemedicine, but it costs $600 a month. Or I'm treating with this clinic and it's, $130 a month, but I can't get them on the phone and my prescription's late. I'm tired of hearing it. Not from you guys. It makes me angry at these clinic and these business owners. So screw it. I'm opening a clinic. This is going to happen within the next, it's soon. Yeah, probably 6 to 8 weeks. It's something that I've been working on for quite some time. As you can imagine, to do it right, it takes a little bit of time to put together. I'm not franchising with someone. This is ground up, actual, I'm going to own this clinic. So text it to 66866 if you want updates. This is my promise to you. We will be among probably the top 3 most affordable clinics in America. We can treat via telemedicine all over Texas. You won't have to come to the office. We're not crossing state lines because that's a direct violation of state and or federal regulations. But everyone in Texas for now will expand. Obviously, that's the plan. But my biggest promise to you guys is customer service. When you call, you're going to talk to somebody. You're not going to go 6, 7, 8 phone calls without hearing back from someone. That is absurd. It does nobody any good. So these clinics are fat and happy. They've got tons of patients and they don't need any. I'm starting from nothing. So customer service is top priority. I really, I know you guys will, but I really, I hope that you'll give it a shot. It'll be a good deal for everybody. I can't, and I know I've already said it, but I can't stress enough how important customer service is to me. It blows my mind whenever I read on Facebook, I tried to call 4 times and I couldn't get a hold of somebody, and then an employee of the company is like, "Oh, you need to be Facebook messaging." You're medical professionals. What are you talking about? Facebook message me if you want to get a hold of me. You're a doctor. No, pick up the phone when people call. That's all. I'll jump off this soapbox. So jumping into depression, a lot of guys that are on or that are looking into TRT are already taking depression medication. They're on some sort of SSRI. And if you don't know, and we're not going to get too far into the science behind the medication, but if you're not aware, SSRIs destroy your testosterone numbers anyway. My opinion, the opinion of a lot of people. They're terrible medications to be on. So I would advise to avoid them if possible. And that's kind of what this episode is about. So anecdotally, being in the group and being active in the group, I can tell you that a lot of guys end up discontinuing their SSRIs after they start TRT. TRT and depression, anxiety kind of go hand in hand, low T that is. I don't want to give medical advice, but from what I see, it happens all the time. I took a poll of our members, and it looks like of those that participated, 87% reported improvement in their well-being, their mental well-being, whether that's depression or anxiety. As far as the medical literature goes, I'm going to read a little bit from a study here. This is a study specific to the correlation between depression and low testosterone. The study says, apart from its gonadal functions, testosterone has a significant influence on the human brain through various neurobiological processes. In men, associations between T levels and depressive symptoms have been proposed. Such neuroendocrine dysfunctions may play an important role in the pathogenesis of major depressive disorder. So that's just kind of like the introduction to this study. What they did was they put guys through testing at the start of the study. It's called the psychopathological interview and rating of the social consequences of psychological disturbances. And so that's a mouthful, but that is like industry standard testing that determines level of depression. So they put all these participants through this test, and then I just popped my mouth. I don't know why I did that. I'm supposed to be a pro. So they put everybody through this test and, to determine, yes, you are depressed, you fit the criteria, you can participate. And the results the results said that they provided evidence that the atypical depressive subtype is discriminable by low serum T levels in men aged 21 to 41. Now, they just say that because their study was limited to men 21 to 41. But it's saying that low T levels, as T levels go down, depression is more likely. So a lot of times, just taking a little bit of testosterone can not only improve you in 100 other areas, but it can improve your mental well-being as well. I never really had depression, but anxiety was something I struggled with, fairly bad anxiety. I wasn't able to really, I've mentioned it before, but my career didn't really take off as far as leadership roles are concerned until I got on testosterone, because I just, public speaking and leading grown-ups that were older than me, leading meetings, clients, that kind of thing. It just wasn't something that I was able to do, so it wasn't on my radar. As soon as I started T, within a month, it was like night and day, and, next thing I knew, I'm leading leaders. So I would urge you to get your T levels checked if depression is an issue. And if you're already on T and depression is an issue, pull some labs, because there's a decent chance that there's something skewed, something going on there. Next, with anxiety, I didn't pull a study for anxiety. It's related, in my opinion. Some guys will experience anxiety after starting testosterone, and this seems fairly rare, but it does happen. Like I said, for me, it was gone. Once I started testosterone, anxiety, I was like a different person. So, but I have read a lot about guys in the group that are experiencing anxiety after, or maybe kind of panic attacks after starting T. Fight through that. It typically, from what I've read, it goes away, and you'll end up, your overall mental well-being will be heightened. That's really all I've got. Let me think. Do I have anything else that I need to say? I guess I can just give the general announcements. If you're looking for a doctor, email me, Brandon at trtcommunity.com. You can check our website, trtcommunity.com, for our preferred partners in, I'd say a lot of states. Speakpipe.com/TRT Community if you want to leave a voice question for the podcast. Rate, review, subscribe, yada, yada, yada. Text Texas to 66866. Yeah, I think that's it. See y'all next Monday.
Thank you for listening to the TRT Community Podcast. You can find us online at facebook.com/groups/TRT Community.